Hello, internet friends. Welcome back to The Grind. Thanks for stopping in. And also a big shout out and a thanks to Bryce, Hanny, Eric, all the guys over at The Strength Athlete for the warm welcome that I've had, and also for that new intro cinematic. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel really privileged and honored to be able to represent the Strength Crew and the TSA as two organizations that I just really enjoy what they're about, and I'm going to do my best to live up to some of those expectations and represent them as well as I can. So now that that has been said officially on the record, I also want to talk a little bit today about people and their tendency to justify their actions or their decisions to make themselves feel better and to avoid the potential of self-criticism. I think that it is a healthy thing to be gently honest with yourself when you're looking at your own performance and things that you can improve. When you start to try and justify bad choices or lack of effort or a lack of performance, you're really just enabling yourself to continue not improving, and you're really just hindering your own progress at that point. And so I'm going to use myself as an example because that's always one of the better ways, I think, to get the point across. On these deadlifts and on my squats earlier this week and on the benches that you're about to watch, it's not that the weights weren't moving all right. It's not that they were so hideous that I should quit powerlifting and that it wasn't worth my time and that, what am I even doing with my life? But they weren't perfect. And so there is always more to get to. And recently, at least in the powerlifting world, there have been so many fights on the internet where people will be getting into essentially just internet pissing matches where no one's going to win because someone comes at you maybe a little less tactfully than you'd like, or they make some sort of an accusation, or they use language that is offensive to you. And then what happens is everybody just gets super defensive and turtles up and cuts off their own ability to potentially learn from some of that criticism. And I've talked about this a lot of times on my channel, but opening yourself up, the only time those kind of criticisms really get to you are when you feel like it's true, but you kind of wish that no one had noticed. I am trying to open myself up and build up my own ability to be humble and to take some criticism, especially when it comes to what other people are seeing that might possibly and potentially improve my lifting, and then within myself. Doesn't mean that I'm perfect at it. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to always shut off my ego-driven self and just let that information come in without some sort of processing or delay. But that's one of the things with this coaching that I'm hoping to allow myself a little bit more grace and the option of being a little bit more fallible so that you can actually improve. In a lot of situations, there's two cases. You can either be right or you can seek the truth. And I think that in most situations, the better option for your own personal growth is to seek the truth in that situation. If my pauses are not controlled on the bench, if they're sinking in a little too much, if they're not long enough, then who am I hurting with that? Not anyone else. I'm really affecting my own ability to grow. If my deadlifts, if I am not working enough on my mobility or my thoracic mobility before sessions and things aren't going well, or if I'm setting up improperly so that I have 1 foot across the split in the mats that I have in there, who am I affecting? It's myself. If I'm not hitting squats to depth, who's that affecting? Apparently the entire powerlifting world if you're trying to set a record. And I'm not trying to say that people should just, if you get a gift in a meet, that you should turn around and say, well, please don't give me that, because this is a sport just like anything else, and you're going to take the advantages that you have in that moment, but at least own up for yourself. If something was high, admit to it. I think that that's a healthy growth behavior, and just say, yeah, I'm not quite happy with my own performance there, but I want to come back and do it better next time. There's usually an opportunity for next time, and if there's not, well, then what's the point of doing it in the first place? So thank you guys for watching. I hope that this video helped you with something that you're going through, or maybe helps you think a little bit. Let's try to be kinder to each other and a little harder on ourselves when appropriate, but never beat yourself down, because we're all very far from perfect, but we're so much further from finished. Have a great day. Bye.